Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Lose Let's Race Mario Kart Wii. I almost did it again. So, we're going to have a little bit of a theme here in this episode, and it's going to be hackers and cheaters and everything else. So, you see here, this race here, I sort of had a feeling that this person was going to do this, and I hate this glitch in Grumble Volcano, just because I think, you know, it's one thing to do shortcuts, but to cheat like this, it's annoying. So, I decided I had to go teach this person a lesson. And, yeah, so this is basically me trying to do that. Anyways, yeah, it was kind of awesome that I got up there, you know, in the first shot, because I had never and have never since gotten up there in just one shot like that. It was pretty impressive. I was trying to block him at first, if you could see that, but that didn't quite work. And I ended up there and stuff, and boom, there he goes. And, yeah. I was, oh man, that just made my day. So, unfortunately, you know, I had to keep going around this thing because I felt that, you know, it wouldn't be a lesson unless, you know, he came in last, or, you know, second to last, I think. So, unfortunately, I kind of screwed. There's a third person, I don't know if you noticed that in the beginning, but there was a third person in this race that kind of got a little bit shafted, short end of the stick, screwed. Yeah, and I did feel bad about that because I never do that in races. I only try and do that if someone is being obnoxious and doing it. You know, I'm sure if you know, enough people end up watching this, you're gonna have different opinions on this, but the Grumble Volcano glitch is, yeah, it's basically why first of all, I never request this track, and I always hate seeing it come up because I'm always worried that someone's going to do it, and it's just gonna really annoy me. It's just not cool. I don't know. There's tons of other glitches and tricks and things like that that I do. I mean, you know, shortcuts, like actual, either in the game or, you know, cool little shortcuts that you can do. But that just, you know, that's a little much for my taste. So I don't like it. So yeah, the racer's name was Alex, but whatever. Okay, so here's another one. This is Ghost Valley from the Super Nintendo version of the game, and yeah, so here we have an actual hacker here, and yeah, so I love this track. This is one of my favorite tracks in the whole game. So my goal was to basically try and just outrace this person, because it didn't seem like they were spamming items too much. It just seemed like he had the Starman going pretty much, and yeah, there's a nice little trick there. And yeah, I did really well for that first lap, and then things sort of started going, yeah, so he hit me, and I think he was sort of on to me that I was, you know, really, really trying, because then he's obviously, like, you know, targeting me specifically, and yeah, he continues to do that, you know, a few more times here. But yeah, it's just, you know, sometimes it's fun when hackers come in, you know, if they're just, you know, for the lulz, and they're just sort of, you know, they're having a good time, they're spamming everybody equally, and, you know, if it's not a good room, if it wasn't a good room before, it can just add a little bit of excitement to everything, a little bit of chaos. But it's annoying when it happens all the time, and it's one of the reasons, like I alluded to in the first episode here, of why I stopped, because it was so frustrating to be in a good room, because sometimes good rooms are really hard to find, and to have a hacker come in is basically going to ruin the room, because people are just going to want to leave, because they're not going to want their rankings all screwed up, and a lot of people just don't want to be bothered with it. And here, there, that was it for me. That's just, I don't know if I saved the point total here, but yeah, it wasn't a very good, you know, finish at all. And yeah, so anyway, so here we go. This is the third race in our series here. This is Waluigi Stadium. And yeah, so this one I knew there was a hacker in the room, either because you know, he had the name like what is it, 4TL, I think, in his username, or there had been another race before. So that's why you know, here's a little friendly tip of it, you know, if you're in a race with a hacker and you don't want to get completely just destroyed, it's probably a good thing to hang back just a little bit, which is what I try and do throughout the course of this race, is to just sort of, you know, bide your time, because there's no point to you know, getting yourself into first at this point in the race, because you're never going to keep it. They're going to blue shell you to death, lightning you. You just don't stand a chance. So here you see I hit the Mega Mushroom, and I just sort of, I don't know, I went for it. I do that a few times, I think, in this race. If you see here, I am trying to stall again, so I don't know, it's just, this one I think I had a little bit more fun in because it was just so chaotic. Like, it was just ridiculously insane. And this was a case where I was in a really good room. You can see, obviously, the hackers have, you know, stars on their names, but you can tell, I think I have the point totals for this one at the end. Yeah, this was a really, really good room. Probably before the hacker showed up. I don't know how long I stayed in it. You can see it's all in vain when they have the Starman, you know, repeatedly. They throw the bombs like crazy. Yeah. But, anyway, so, yeah, you know, if you're liking these videos, let me know, leave a comment, and rate them. You know, like I said, I'm still up for racing, you know, whenever I get the chance, so if you'd like to add me as your friend on Mario Kart Wii, do that, but hopefully you're not a hacker, because, yeah, I probably won't keep you around very long, because it's one thing to occasionally encounter them, but to have someone, like, constantly, like, joining up with you, that would really be annoying. So, yeah. I have an idea of what I'm doing for my next Let's Play, so I think I've got one part partially recorded, so to speak. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. You know, so stay tuned for that. And so here we go. We're just going to finish up this lap here. I'm off-roading, and again, I'm trying not to go into first, but see, the problem is I really want to use these items because I want better ones, and so, you know, you're just sort of stuck. So, like I said, hang back. You might find something good. I think I finished this race completely luckily in first place. Well, I know I finished it in first place, but I think it's a complete random bit of luck. And that's usually what you have to do. It's a fine line you have to walk when you're doing a hacker race between being too skilled or not skilled enough. You sort of have to know when you need to use the items and when not to. And even then, it's just sort of it's really up to the hacker's whim whether or not you finish. Like what happened in the Ghost Valley, he basically wanted me dead, and I died. You know, there's just no way around that. So here we are. We're coming into the final couple of turns here. I think that was a case of skill. You see, I actually did hit that person ahead of me with the red shell because of the lightning or whatever. So, anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode of Here I'm Gonna Take First, right there. That does it for this episode of Lose Let's Race Mario Kart Wii. Don't forget to rate, comment, or subscribe. I'm your host, PhoenixFire76, saying, join me next time. Look at those points. Awesome.